Hello, my people. Today, when you look at the video up, is the president of NLC. He was discussing and saying that Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a betrayer. You know, that he disappointed him. But for me, I don't see it completely that way. This Ejiro of a man is the president of NLC, and he had an opportunity to discuss the minimum wage with Mr. President. Mr. President prepared himself and brought in fuel issue instead of minimum wage. I don't know how the two connected, but for me, Mr. Ejiro is not capable of handling NLC as a president. So he failed and is not capable to be. So what happened? He should have prepared himself, give Mr. President the reason why Mr. President, should pay them 250,000, since Mr. President said he cannot afford that 250,000, and he gave reason. Part of the reason he gave was that instead of him to increase the fuel price, that is rather leave it that price. And Mr. Ejiro, according to him, he accepted. Right now, what has happened? Mr. President has finally increased the fuel price, and there is nothing you have done as a president of NLC. You have compromised or you were intimidated. Let me tell you, one thing I know about you guys in NLC, in the likes of Ushimole, this man already right there in INEC, and you, Ejiro, I think all of you are thinking of walking your way through the corridors of power. Then when you walk your way in, then you have gotten to the highest. What Nigeria does is to groom criminals, corrupt people. They don't do any other thing in Nigeria. Nigeria is a ground where criminals and corrupt people are being groomed, trained to become hardened criminals. Let me tell you something. If in Nigeria you are being paid 70,000 as a minimum wage, in the US per day, per hour is $7.25. In Germany, if you calculate that in US, it's about $1,300. If you come to Germany, it's 1,006. Come to Holland, it's 1,314. Come to Belgium, it's there about 1,2. And as the case may be, you know, if you calculate 70,000, divide it by highest day of work, the working day, like 23 days in a month, which will give you roughly 3,200 naira. Do you get my point? You see that you check yourself and ask yourself this question: what can 3,200? Can 3,200 feed me, buy my fuel, buy water for me, buy for my child? But now we are calculating only you. What can 3,200 do for you? Just tell me. Nothing. So this is the reason why I said in this my channel we do calculation and we reason like human beings. We make sure we reason perfectly to tell you what we are saying. It's not fluke. We are telling you reality. What they do in Nigeria is just corruption. That is it. If Mr. President failed, what are you supposed to do? You go back and let him know that he failed and he disappointed you. You can go back to strike. It's your right. Don't keep quiet like, okay, I'm defeated. The poor masses are the ones suffering because fuel is everything. PMS is everything. Without fuel, everything will be in trouble, like the way it is right now. So what are we saying? If you check all these things, you see that these politicians, they are already having money. What they want now is fame. So since they want fame, they are doing everything. They buy people. They do all kind of... What they plan in Nigeria is like 2027. What they are planning now, today is 2027. You are busy thinking to chop, to eat, to do this. They are already planning, trying to make sure everywhere become APC. They are doing everything. Do everything to make sure they capture everywhere. That is what they are doing. And you guys are there moping, watching and waiting. Waiting for who? Waiting to do what? I'm only letting you know that if Mr. President betrayed you, you go back to him. If he didn't agree with you, you know what to do. Yeah, you can go on strike. It's normal. It's your right. It is done everywhere. You can protest. It's done everywhere. He knows what I'm talking about. In abroad, where everyone have been, like him, he's been to abroad. You know how abroad functions. Your house rent is based on how much you earn as a salary, based on social houses, government houses. Since they refused to build social houses, to give all the civil servant homes, then they have to pay through their nose, you know, to pay for your rent as a civil servant. If you do not have your own house, you are living in someone's house and you are paying rent, they have to pay for your rent, and your rent has to be calculated. They know all these things. It's not that they don't know. So Mr. Joe Ajero, you are not capable to be an NLC president, and you have failed the masses of Nigeria. That is what I'm trying to say in this. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you know that you are not capable of facing Mr. President, you don't have enough, you aren't prepared to face Mr. President, to be able to give him some points to save yourself, to save the masses that you represent, the civil servant that you represent. What then are you doing as a civil servant head? Like Oshimole did, he made all the noise and he got himself in the corridor of power. Now he's doing nonsense, whatever he wants. That is what they do in Nigeria. Everybody is corrupt. Everybody is corrupt. I have never seen anybody that is not corrupt. Only few that is not corrupt. So this is what the people face in Nigeria. It is very, very bad. It is very, very insane. I keep saying it, but some people will say that, oh, these people, they talk too much. People talk too much because you guys do too much. Yes, you guys do too much. You understand? If someone like you cannot help the masses at this point in time, who will? Who will? Because it's from your office that everything commences. If people can, borrow a leaf from your office, where they have to base on to do what they have to do, it's from your office. What are you people doing? You are not doing anything. You don't have pressure. You don't have force. You are not aggressive in your office, in your duty, in your work, which means nothing can be achieved. That is the way it is. Nigeria groom corrupt people, and you all know what I'm talking about. Mr. Ajero, Joe Ajero, you know what I'm talking about. Go back to the drawing board. Since you failed to take my advice, I told you last time, go and tell them 500,000 based on what is coming to you guys. Now that Mr. President has, in fact, fuel is going to 1,005. What are you guys going to do? I don't know what you guys going to do, but I'm out of here. I've said my own point. If you understand it, if you don't understand it, so be it. I'm out of here.